This is Shine Valentine, back today again with a new episode. Today's episode, I want to say, ladies, building with a man is a risk that might not end in your favor. Once again, ladies, building with a man is a risk that might not end in your favor. It might not end in your favor, okay? And it's a risk. So what do I mean by building? I'm pretty sure some of you ladies have seen videos about, struggle love and not building with a guy. And basically building with a guy is basically usually you and him are the same age. And you all are working and trying to, build your career up, and you split the bills and you support his dreams. And then you all might become successful some years down the line. And I'm not saying women don't go through this, but I notice a lot of men go through this. They go through like a midlife crisis, and around 45 to 50 years old, they hit that midlife crisis. And some of them, it seems like they have it even earlier though, especially late 40s, early 50s. And around that time, they usually are with a woman their own age, but then around that time is when they want to dip back and get them a younger woman. And this is unfortunate, because the woman that they build with or help them build their empire, okay, the woman that they went in on everything, split everything, and she helped funnel money into his business and all that helped him get to where he's at. So basically, you help this man build up his so-called empire, and he just uses that money to spend on another woman. Or he, basically you helped him get money so that he can get the woman he really wanted. That's all. I ain't gonna say that's all you're doing, but that happens a lot, okay? So I know you all have heard about second wife, best life. And this goes into this whole building scenario, because usually the first wife is the one that helps him build. You say, why is that? And why does the second wife have a best life or third wife? It's because the first wife usually was with him when he was younger. And think about it, okay, a older person, not always, because we got some bummy older people, but if a person decided to work hard most of their life, they're going to have more money at 50 than they're going to have at 25 or 30, right? Right. I mean, it's just simple math. At 50, they had longer to save their money, to accumulate money. At 30, they just had, they had less time, so they're gonna have less money. Over the years, they accumulated more money. That's somebody who's ambitious though. So we're talking about only ambitious men here who actually end up, having a significant amount of money towards their later years. When they were younger, they were building their career. When they got older, now they can reap the benefits of it. So the first wife went through the struggle with him. She possibly was working, splitting bills, helping the kids, working, helping kids, supporting his dreams, sacrificing for him. And I'm going to talk about sacrificing and all that in a minute, and stuff like that. But sacrificing, doing all that good stuff. Okay. Basically, she helped him build his empire, get money to get the woman that he really wanted. Because the second wife is usually the one that was his ideal woman physically. Okay. Follow me here. That was usually his ideal woman physically. Okay. Now, I'm going to give you some examples. Oh, and also the second wife usually, his ideal wife physically, and she reaps the benefits of the first wife's hard work. Because the first wife's sacrifice was with him when he was younger, when he didn't have none, and they struggled together. And then the second wife just walks right, excuse my language, just walked right the fuck in. She walked right the fuck in. All she had to do was just look the way he wanted her to look. Okay? That's all the hell she had to do. Meanwhile, the first wife was there for him when he didn't have nothing. And this is how he repays her, basically drops her off at the nearest gas station and picks up the woman he really wanted. Now, you might say, what are some examples? We all know one example, Kevin Hart and his ex Tori. Now, from my understanding, she's going around, he had this Oscar issue, and I think she's doing some interviews saying that he's not, she's saying that he is not homophobic. Don't quote me on this, but I think she's been going around doing interviews, but like I said, don't quote me on it. This is something I heard off YouTube. But this person, this blogger also said that his wife, the Nico, whatever her name is, that she's just posting pictures of her new body after she had the baby and just her modeling pictures. She hasn't even came out and said anything about it because she don't give a damn. Okay, he's been cheating anyway, and she's just there for the money. She's just a pretty face, and he's bankrolling her lifestyle. She don't care. Now, why would the first wife be out here trying to help him keep his money? Because she actually loves and cares about him, and so that's what we're going to get into it. When you help build with the guy, the first wife usually loves him and really wants to be with him, and she's helped building the empire with him because she's thinking in the end this is for the both of them. But no, ladies, no. This is a risk that you're gonna have. If this is a risk that you're willing to take, fine, but it just might not end in your favor. But look, it can end out great. You and him could have built your empire when you were younger and worked, and y'all split bills down the middle and did all that, and you helped funnel money to his business, and it could have turned out great. And then as he get older, he still appreciates you, and he didn't use that money to chase other women. But usually that's not the case. He's going to, a lot of times he uses the money that you helped him build and that you helped him get to spoil and take out other women. And not only do that, but he'll actually replace you with another woman. Not only will he take the money that you helped him get and spend it on another woman, he would actually take that money, spend it on her, and then kick you to the curb, and then she'll replace you. Okay, this goes deep. Now, I want to bring up DJ Envy and his wife. Now, she was down for him. They both. Now, this is the thing. DJ Envy wife, in my opinion, she's nice looking, and allegedly he was called cheating with Erica Mena. Now, DJ Envy wife and Erica Mena, to me, look wise, is on the same level. So, and DJ Envy, even though he's not my type, he's not a bad looking guy. So I could tell that when they were younger, he was able to pull her because he's decent looking, she's pretty. So I remember when he got caught cheating on her, he begged her to come back to him, and he said, she was down for him when he didn't have nothing, and when he was trying to become a DJ, she would drive him around the city, and she was out there hustling with him. So me and my boyfriend had a conversation about this, and he said, well, it worked in with the Kevin Hart situation. He was saying with Kevin Hart's ex-wife, it worked in her favor, but I'm gonna go back to that in a minute. But with DJ Envy's wife, okay, she worked hard. She was there for him. They were in the struggle together. Now he has all this money. She's reaping the benefits, right? But when I say reaping the benefits, she should, because she sat there and struggled with him, but he's still cheating on her and he's still married to her. Now, the only reason I feel like he hasn't quote unquote replaced her is because she looks like the kind of woman he would have got had he got money. She looks good. I think basically she was his ideal woman. Okay, it's not about our opinion about how she looked. His opinion is she looks like his ideal woman. He was able to get her when he didn't have anything because DJ Envy is a decent looking guy. That's why. Now let's get back to Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart is very short. I don't think Kevin Hart is unattractive, but he's very short. And to me, his ex-wife Tori is very pretty. I think she's pretty. They look compatible. They look good together. To me, they are like more yoked than him and a Nico or whatever. But the reason why this didn't work in Tori's favor is because physically, for Tori, I don't think it's Kevin Hart's ideal woman. I think he thinks she's pretty, but she's not. I think Nico is his ideal woman. So what he did with Tori, he married her because in his mind at the time he couldn't get better, and then he helped her. He used her to help build. She helped him, and I'm not saying she went on stage and made the jokes for him, but she raised his kids. She was down for him when he didn't have nothing. She said he worked at a shoe store and they got together. He didn't have no goddamn money, and she was down for him, supported his dreams. And she kind of reaped some of the benefits, but because my boyfriend was saying, oh, she reaped the benefits and she should be happy and all that. But no, I'm not trying to hear that, because she was down for him when he didn't have nothing. She helped build him up just so that he can take the money that they worked together to build, even though I'm not saying she made the jokes for him or anything like that, but she was down for him and was with him when he didn't have nothing. Now he has something. He takes that money and basically. And even though I think she divorced him, he was cheating on her. He wanted out of the marriage any damn way. Now he takes that money and gets another woman. This woman just gets to walk right in and reap the benefits of that. And this other woman put years into it. Nah, that's bullshit. So, and my boyfriend was saying, oh, well, even though they're not together, she still gets to, live this good lifestyle. Or I don't know if she's even getting to live a good lifestyle because of it. I don't know how she's benefiting from him being Kevin Hart. They're not together. I told my boyfriend, they're not together. And Nico is really benefiting. Him and his ex are not together anymore, so she's not benefiting as much as if they were still married. Okay, and then also she loves him. She wanted, and he's the father of her children. She wanted them to be a family, and he basically, you see what he did? He kept cheating on her, so she couldn't take it no more, and he got with the woman, his ideal woman, and Anika just walked right in because she's pretty, work out, and that's all she had to do. That's all they require of somebody of her. That's all they require of their ideal looking woman. That's why I say, get with a man that feels you're his ideal woman, because he would treat you totally different than a woman he doesn't feel that's ideal. And let's get to my story now. And I'm going to make this as quick as I can because I'm already 10 minutes. For you women who are considering taking the risk of building with a guy, I'm going to tell you a quick story. This woman, quote unquote, built with a guy. So I have a friend, we're going to call her Jennifer, generic. So Jennifer, this is a true story. Jennifer had a guy named Tim, and Tim and her were friends with benefits. Okay. And they, he had a kid when she was messing around with him, and she had a couple. So they were they were living separately, and he was her brother's friend. Okay. And they were living separately. And so they had a friends with benefits thing going on for a while. Nobody knew they were messing around. Then finally it came out. Now they were still living separately, and she got pregnant by him. And he didn't want the baby with some stuff that went down. But once the baby got there, he loved the baby. But they were still living separately, and they had like kind of an on and off again relationship. Mind you, this guy's a huge cheater. Okay, but she was crazy about him. Let me tell you some things that she did for him. So she had a decent job working in management at a company. I'm not gonna say where, and she would get bonus checks every 3 months, I think, every 3 months, I think, or every 4 months, or maybe 2 or 3 times a year, let's just say. And she told him about these bonus checks, and she would give him money out of her, but she would give him about $5,000 out of her bonus checks, straight off the rip. Give this man money, $5,000 out of her bonus checks. Now let's move to the next thing. Let me tell you what else she did. So he had his own, did a 9-to-5 like everybody else, and he decided he wanted to start his own business. And so he was his business was going to be at his house. I'm not gonna say what he did, what he did for a living, but his business is at his house. So for his business, because he works from home, she bought him furniture for his business, and she invested money in his business. Okay, imagine he works from home. Okay, so he's a cheater, right? So he was cheating on her with different women. He started cheating on her with, I think, 2 different younger women, but one of them stuck. So he's cheating on her. She found out a couple things. They'll get into it. They'll get back together, back and forth. So then Jennifer loses her job, her decent paying job. Okay, mind you, when she was working there, she was giving him money out of her bonus checks. She helped invest in his business. She bought him furniture. And on top of buying him furniture, she actually gave him money to invest in the business to start it up. Okay. Even would help him pick out clothes to wear and try to help him dress and all that. She invested a lot in this man financially, right? So and let me also say, her and him are the same age. They're the same age, but he was messing around with other women, and one of the women that he ended up messing around with the most, she was younger than her. Because when she told me about this woman, she said, yeah, she's younger, and she was saying it like that was a bad thing, but she's not understanding men like younger women, so that was a plus for him in his mind. So she lost her job, and he told her, well, since you lost your job, you can move in with me. Well, at his home, he had a house, and he was doing business from his home, but also his mother stayed with him, his sister, and a couple other people. So he had he had a decent sized house, but it wasn't enough room for her, because when he asked her to move in, it would have been her and her kids. So she's like, I'm gonna move into your house. So he just kind of said, well, I don't know what else I could do for you. So because he wouldn't really help her, she ended up moving out of state to stay with some family. And she said he just took her to the airport and was like, okay, well, see you around, and didn't really offer to give her no money or do nothing major after all the stuff she did for him. So she moves. Now that she's gone, he's able to keep dating the side piece, but now the girl ain't a side piece no more. Now he makes her his main girlfriend. Do you know what Tim did? He makes the side piece, the younger girl, his girlfriend. He buys her a house. Well, he didn't have enough money to buy her a house, but they actually, he has 2 homes now. So he has the one home that he does work out of, and then the other home he put the other girl in, and he put her in that home, and then he got her pregnant. And then that girl actually lost her job, and he told her, well, I would pay all your bills. You don't worry about it. He didn't have her move in with him in his crowded house. He actually got her own house, got her pregnant, and then when she lost her job, he said, well, I'll just pay all the bills. You don't have to worry about it. So my friend Jennifer finds this out. She's heartbroken as hell, and she basically hates him now. And I know, like I said in the beginning of the story, that she has a baby with him. So when he would come out of town to see her and the baby, this man to this day is still trying to get sex out of her. He has a woman, but he still, when he comes out of town goes out of town to see his child, he's still trying to have sex with Jennifer. And she doesn't even want him to touch her. Okay, and she hates him, and she's bitter against him because she invested so much in this man, invested in his business, and gave him money and did all this stuff for him. He used her as an ATM machine, but because I guess the other woman was younger and he thought she was prettier or whatever the situation was, that woman wasn't required to do anything. She was just able to step right in. So when the other woman stepped in, he was kind of I think in the beginning of getting his business up and going. When he met Jennifer, he didn't have a goddamn business, okay? So she helped him put money into his business, and then when Jennifer loses her job, he doesn't offer to pay all her bills, but yet the younger woman that he was really into, she didn't have to help him pay that nan bill. In fact, when she lost her job, he put her up in a house, impregnated her, and paid every fucking bill in the house. Okay, so more to the story. Oh, and my friend Jennifer, like I said, she hates his guts. She actually changed her phone number, and he went through some people to get her new phone number, to contact her, to try to, get her back, get her back in his, get back in her good graces. She said he's asking her, do she has a boyfriend, and when he coming out of town, he's always going out of town to see her. He want to have sex, and she won't do it, and she pretty much hates his guts. So ladies, that's all I want to say, is that here's an example of a woman and Kevin Hart's ex. Here are examples of 2 women who supported a guy when he didn't have anything, and they helped him, quote unquote, build. And look where they ended up in the end. Look what they ended up. They didn't end up with the man in the end. I'm just going to tell you, they didn't end up with the man in the end because the woman that he really wants, she don't have to help him build. That woman, the younger woman that he like how her face and body look, see, she ain't got to help him. She can waltz right on in into the shit that you helped him build. You helped him build that. So what is the point of helping a man build something when another woman can just step in, take your place, and benefit from it, and you get nothing in the end? Think about it.